And we are live. We are live. We are live. Okay.
Yeah, we're
This
finally live.
is yeah. We finally live. This is Depra channel. We call it for the moment Depra channel, but I think when times moves, we're gonna change it to, I don't know, Ustai channel. Ustai is a Turkish
Ustayt.
word that means, yeah, it's a Turkish word that means it's the person that does everything. If you have some friend that can do any any type of thing, he's called Ustai.
He's an
Okay.
Ustay, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's Ustai. Okay, Mr. Elegant.
Yes, yes, Mr. Zebra.
Where did you find this name? Mr.
Uh, I don't know, but I think that elegance is what we need. Um, some people may say we need like money, we need food, we need pussy. I think we need elegance.
Okay. We need
If
elegant in life.
if we have elegance, we can have all these other things. No, this I'm joking.
Yeah, yeah.
Elegance is a good trait, I think. So yeah, that's why I chose to be as Mr. Elegant in this amazing podcast. I have to say, amazing podcast because some of you may say like, okay, two simple guys just carrying on like with a podcast with one or two views. No, that's not true. It has over 200 views in this moment. I'm able to see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you don't see that, that's a glitch in your computer. Uh, Mr. Denbrow, carry on. Show is yours. Mr. Denbrow.
Okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
You're back. I can see. We have an echo, or I think
Okay,
it's a problem
not now.
here.
Okay. It's poor people problem. Poor
Poor
people problem.
people, like we don't care about that.
Okay, the
Uh,
internet, is trash. By the way, okay, what we gonna
Absolutely.
talk, Mr. Elegant, today? Whatever you want. Just
So much
take
to
the mic
talk.
and speak.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
what do you want to talk? Let's see the latest news. Okay, let's see the latest.
Now,
Because
before, sorry, partner, but I would
tell me.
like to. Some people may ask, partner, like, what are you guys? Are you straight or are you some? We're absolutely straight. This doesn't mean that we have any problem with people who identify with other genders or stuff. No, it's just Mr. Venpra is a great partner, and for everybody that is asking what is Venpra, Venpra means fox in language that I will not say. Latest news, please.
Okay, first of all, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely. I hear you. Also, all the other guys who are listening to us right now are hearing you. Yeah, I do hear you. Mr. Depra is very emotional. It's the first time in the podcast, with this podcast, of course, not with other podcasts. Mr. Depra, are you alive? Can you bark for us? Oh my God, Mr. Depra.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
What happened?
Uh, technical problem. Technical will not happen another time. Okay, what do we talk? Just first of all, stay a little bit away from your mic because you sound like, I don't know, sound like
Yes, yes.
you,
Yes,
now
I'm sorry. I
you are
don't
perfect.
use a mic. I have AirPods. Like the latest one, the most expensive one.
Okay,
Absolutely.
now you're perfect.
Yes, Mr.
Okay, of
Elegant
course, of course,
cannot
of course. We have
wear
standards
old headphones.
here.
Of course, absolutely. Like
We have standards.
yes. Um,
Okay, what, bro?
what
Okay,
are we gonna
let's
talk?
start.
I don't
Okay, what
know.
we gonna talk today?
I don't know.
Okay,
Guys are watching us. I don't know, guys, what you want us to talk about. Like you can do something. You can also subscribe, please, in our YouTube channel, and you can type something else there down like what you want us to talk. Still, we have already
okay, okay,
chosen what we talk
okay.
about.
Do you realize that nobody is seeing us? I mean,
No, I don't know if that is psychological for you. I think, but I see a lot of
okay,
people who are. I see a lot of people who are watching us. I don't know what is your problem on your side, but yeah. Wow, 300 people, Mr. Delpra. Can you believe this? Like first time, 300 people. Incredible. What a start. Mr. Delpra.
for God's sake, this okay. Look, Mr. Elegant.
Tell me.
Tell me what you want to talk, what we talk, and you take the mic and keep moving, even if I have some disconnect here and there. We have just like some technical issues that I think we will find the solution. I'm pretty sure,
Absolutely,
because of
absolutely. We have
absolutely, we
already.
have standards. We have standards.
Absolutely,
So okay.
absolutely.
The latest news what I've seen is this, that Russia, apparently Russia, the biggest country in the world with surface.
I serve like nothing
Uh,
else.
okay, relax. Respect, respect Putin. Respect. It's a good. Respect him. Respect him a little bit.
Yes,
He
yes.
might been watching this. So anyway,
Uh,
Russia
yeah.
apparently
Mhm.
has attacked Ukraine with 83 missiles. There's all some different parts of Ukraine, different cities like Kiev, Dnipro, uh, etc., etc. And
I think we got a disconnection. I think that Mr. Putin just listened to us and to Mr. Delpra, and I don't know if Mr. Delpra is alive now. I hope so. Mr. Delpra. I think Putin killed Mr. Delpra. Let me say, unbelievable. I didn't thought that, like, okay, we have 400 guys listening to us in this moment. I don't know if you can see the statistics down, but like, look, one of them happened to be Vladimir Putin, and he just killed my friend. Uh, okay,
God, I've
let's keep
have
chat. Oh
trouble
my God!
all day. I have trouble. Anyway, who
I
cares?
was
Anyway,
saying to the guys that are listening now, Mr. Delpra, like 400 guys, as you can see from the statistics down.
yeah,
Um, I,
2,500 people. Okay,
this is the target for the day, of course. Uh, Mr. Putin, we thought killed you, but yeah, you're alive.
yeah.
Welcome back.
Anyway, we go. The thing is now is that pretty much. I mean, what do you think about this response from Mr. Putin against the Ukrainian?
I think he's a deliberate person. I think he's a butcher. I think he is sociopath, a psychopath, a
Hello,
maniac. I
hello,
think
Mr.
you can
Elegant,
hear me. You can hear me, I guess, right? Are you with me?
Mr. Elegant.
Are you with me? Are you able to listen to me? Can you hear my
Yeah,
elegant voice?
yeah, I'm listening to you. Speak. Yeah,
Thank you.
speak, speak, speak.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend. So I was saying that Mr. Putin is a crazy person. He's a butcher. He's a dictator. He's a second Hitler, a second Stalin. Um, he's the craziest thing we have on Earth now, beside of other things, of course. But I think he's the number one person we have to get rid of in this situation now. Uh, he has opened. He has started such a huge war. We all know. For no specific reason. Like it's not that he's gaining something from that. Apparently, from war, he started this war. He invaded Ukraine. Um, he's struggling to occupy even two or three villages now in Ukraine, as we can see. Um, he still carries on. He still carries on. Like he can see, he's on the corner now. He can see that he has already lost all his targets. What he aimed from this war, and he's still there, trying like pandering, um, trying to blackmail Europe, trying to blackmail the Ukraine, trying to blackmail the people in the world with nuclear weapons and stuff. I don't think he will use one, but I'm not sure about that. Of course, nobody's sure. What can you expect from a maniac, from a crazy person? Like he can blow up at the moment when we least expect it. Um, I don't know. I think it's a very risky situation out in the world. Not only
Okay,
war,
okay,
of course.
Mr.
Yes.
Elegant, sorry to interrupt you. You keep saying,
Yes.
okay, that he will not use nuclear weapon, but
Yes.
he's and he keeping saying that this is not a bluff, first of all. Second of all,
Bluff. Yeah.
we saw today what he did with 83. I think the numbers keep changing, but I think it was 83 missiles in Ukraine. So this is a little bit scary, to be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's scary, but of course. I mean, I read that too. That he has said it's not a bluff. Uh, God
And the thing
knows
is
if it will
with
be,
this
of course.
war is that we since that this war started, we all say, "Oh, we will not do that. Oh, we will not do that. Oh, we will not to invade Ukraine. Oh, we will not. He will invade only the Russian, that's supposed to be the Russian part, but he will not go further." But he got to Kiev. After that, he keeps doing the same, and we are proven wrong most of the time. Now that I think that, I mean, we cannot underestimate this thing because
Um, is still there, bro? I think he got killed now from Putin. Let's wait if this is true or not. Is still there, bro? Well, we carry on, of course. Some small technical issues. Putin cut the cables, the electrical cables in Mr. Delpra house. Oh, you're back? You're back, my friend?
no, yeah, okay. Look, every time because I have some
Yes.
stupid issues. Every time, look, every time I cut, you can just keep going about the topic. The topic today will be just Russia and Ukraine,
Of
stuff like that.
course, of course, of course. I was just saying to
And
the guys who are listening to us that Putin cut your electricity in your house.
like always, we are no electricity merchant. Anyway, the thing was that we keep saying all the time that he will not do that, he will not do that, he will not do that. But the war is going on.
Putin is trying to undermine Mr. Delpra's dream here. That is crazy what he's trying to do. It's crazy. Uh, as Mr. Delpra was saying, guys, basically we have undermined, of course, we have underestimated, sorry, we have underestimated Putin blackmails, the Putin words. It's true, like he said, maybe we'll invade, maybe we're not. Ukraine people said no, we will not invade, but here we are. Like he invaded Ukraine. But there's always a but. It's nuclear weapons what we're talking about. So, I mean, the red line of crossing the red line of Ukraine invasion was a smaller red line than crossing the red line of a nuclear weapon. If you cross the line of a nuclear weapon, that is a taboo, like a taboo from 1945 when we had the first and last, hopefully, nuclear attack in this world. While invading Ukraine, of course, it was a big red line, but it was something that was most expected than just striking with nuclear weapons. So this was my answer to Mr. Velpra, which I hope he's alive. He's still alive. My friend, are
Yeah,
you alive?
yeah, well, yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you, but how the thing are going now, I mean, they're just going crazy, literally crazy.
It is
I
crazy.
don't know. It's like because Putin cannot accept defeat because he will lose everything, and at the same time, Ukrainians do not accept defeat. They have seen that they're pretty much ready to do everything.
Of course.
So at the end
Fighting
of the
for
day, it's a
surviving.
crazy situation.
Of course. I mean, both sides are fighting for survival, like Ukraine to save their country, to save their nation, to save their families and stuff. While Putin fights for his own survival. Like Putin wants to save himself because he cannot escape from the situation. He definitely needs a victory, which is becoming less possible, and victory, or the otherwise he will just get removed, or he will have an uprising or a coup in his regime, or yeah, that is crazy. But Putin is fighting for his own survival too. What he will be
And
willing to do, we do not know. Hopefully, not a nuclear strike. Yeah, sorry, carry on, my friend.
another thing, from what I've been reading, latest news, stuff like that, is that he has changed his main man. Now he has more extremistic. By the way, Kadyrov is a clown. I need to say that
Absolutely, absolutely.
he's a clown because he is one of the most of the person that has consistently said that Putin should use nuclear weapon, and he's saying again right now. So Kadyrov, Kadyrov is a clown. First of all, I cannot take him seriously.
Absolutely.
And another thing is that he has put in charge some much more, how can I say, extremistic men on his army. For example, for example, officer that is called Armageddon. That doesn't sound a nice name, and at the same time he has put on charge another person that is another officer that is called the Butcher of Mariupol. So pretty much, even the names are not. I mean,
Are scary.
even Yeah, literally it's scary. But I don't know. I never expected in my life to see a war at this kind of level. I don't want to reveal my age, but pretty much I never expected, because I think is the biggest war in the last 30 years somehow.
In my opinion, it's the biggest since. I mean, we had the war in Vietnam and the war in Iraq, but for me, this is the effect that it has is the biggest since World War II. Absolutely.
Yeah, because war in Iraq, as said that it was war in Iraq, because of course it was said killing people, innocent people, etc. It was said. The thing, I said it wasn't war in Iraq. We didn't have this this uh this terrifying image of
This kind of expectations, I guess. I mean, expectations for a nuclear strike, for a world war. I mean, we had the war in Iraq, of course, uh, but from the war in Iraq, nobody expected that. Okay,
don't
superpowers in
get
the
don't
world.
yeah don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Of course, for,
Absolutely,
for all
neither
the
me
people
nor
there,
the guys.
of course, the Iraq War was terrible for all what happened, but it was never in the World War III scale. Some kind of that, some destroy the planet, some kind of that. This right now is like pretty much we can might see a destruction of a planet if the stuff goes wrong. And to be honest, I see that Biden has handled pretty well this war. To
Yeah,
be honest, because
absolutely.
if it was other person that I might think right now, they maybe
Donald
they
Trump.
have yeah Donald Donald.
Donald would
It
be
might
like,
has
uh,
Donald will be like
Donald would be like, oh, Ukraine, very good.
no, but because Biden has been very calm in the situation. For example,
He handled really good.
yeah, it handled very thing that other people
Hmm.
they might not. For example, they might not be as calm as Biden. They might though enter in the war, and that's here we go, World War III. So I think that he has handled it pretty well.
Hmm.
I don't see Russia losing. When I mean don't see Russia losing, is a huge country, and they have all kind of weapon, nuclear weapons, stuff like that. I'm not saying they're gonna use, but I don't see them.
You don't see how it could be
They,
with
they
them
might
losing, basically.
they might lose the battle in Ukraine, of course. They might give up on Ukraine,
Mhm.
might, but I don't see like this epic fail, this huge fail that people think about Russia. Oh, Russia now it's gone, has lost everything. I don't know. I do not see it.
I understand. Some of the guys agree with you. I see the chat here. Yeah.
Yeah,
John
the
says, yeah,
respect.
agree with Mr. Delbra. He's always amazing. Like, wow. Thank you, guys. Hey,
Not
guys,
only
don't
that, not
forget to subscribe. We need you, but yeah, tell me. Carry on. Mr. Delbra? I think Putin is back, like he's doing his stuff.
no. Can you
Still
hear me?
cutting the electricity. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now we're back.
No, I
We
think
hear you.
even Ukrainians. I think even Ukrainians. I don't know if I can phrase it right, but even Ukrainians, I think they has lost a little bit control of this, because plus even because Zelensky said always has said that this started at Crimea and will end in Crimea. I don't think there is a line of everything. I don't think that Ukrainian army or Ukrainian troops entering in Crimea. I don't think that's possible, to be honest. You, Mr. Elegant, that you are much more knowledgeable than me on this topic. I don't know what you think, but for me, I don't see that possible,
Possibility.
because because that's the red line. Crimea is pretty much the red line that you cannot surpass. Okay, you can take Kharkiv back, you can take Donetsk back, but I don't know.
Crimea, it's a bit. Yeah. I agree with you about this, about Crimea. I mean, I see Donetsk and I see Luhansk being taken back as it is happening. Um, but um, Crimea, yeah. I mean, Crimea is also something else with Crimea, that it's the only region in Ukraine that it's mostly Russian-speaking people. Like Donetsk and Luhansk, there are a lot of Russian-speaking people, but they don't thoroughly identify themselves like Russians, like they can change it. While in Crimea, they're really like people are really Russian by origin and by yeah. So it wouldn't be. I mean, Ukraine could invade, like could take back Crimea, but it will be a big deal inside Crimea because it could encounter in a hostile environment in some places. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It will not be easy, of course, to take Crimea. All the other parts, Ukraine, I'm pretty sure can take back, but Crimea, yeah, would be a big deal. I mean, we could tell from the bridge. Like you saw the video, Mr. Lemper, right? Like how he hit the
Of
bridge of
course, I saw it.
Ukraine. Yeah. And now we see the retaliation of Russia, and it's really scary. I mean, I know, but me and Mr. Lemper, we read a lot every day about this, so we can discuss also in our amazing podcast. Um, about what goes on, and really important voices of
and and
geostrategists. And they are still
and
nobody's sure what will happen. Yeah.
and the thing that makes me go a little bit crazy, it's where do you go after this? Doesn't make you, if you do the just you do the math, simple math.
Mm.
You sacrifice all these people in the war. You, I don't know. Now that we are seeing that Russian troops are leaving some parts of Ukraine, we are seeing that Ukraine has gained the territory back. So pretty much in the human military aspect, they are losing. Now they send all this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Now they send all these
We with you.
missiles. I don't know how the hell it's called.
Missiles.
Mossad, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And okay, but it's not that you gain nothing from that, because it's not that is the part where it's the war is happening in a territory aspect. So where do you go from this? What's your move next? I mean, you pretty much has lost all your people. Your people do not trust anymore.
Mm,
They
exactly.
they, they don't want to fight. What are you gonna do? Just sending bombs over and over and over and over again
Yeah,
again?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's sending people like a cannon fodder uh, in the war. Like I was seeing some videos. There were people like 60 years old with diabetes, with no military experience, and they were just going to war. Like they just give them a bottle of water, military dress, not like not very good military gear like Ukraine has from NATO, of course. With the Russian soldiers, they just wearing a t-shirt and a pants, boots, a weapon, and an old weapon, of course, a Soviet weapon, and um, no military protection at all, and just a bottle of water. Just go to the war. And 6 years old people, like my father going to war. Like, what can my father do in the war? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, like it doesn't make sense. And I think he will try every tool that is possible for him. Like every, I mean, uh, let's
When you say every
assume
tool, you mean even nuclear weapon.
that is the last one. Like that is, I mean, he has not yet consumed all his tools, but although he is in a very huge disadvantage now, but we are not sure what would happen. Nobody's sure what would happen. Even America is not sure. Even Biden is not sure. Like he also, like he said, like it would be a huge thing if Putin would strike Ukraine, but even they are not sure. Maybe CIA is sure because I'm sure CIA has a voice in Putin's room, spies him, but they cannot spy in his mind, right? So
Yeah, but okay. Imagine if we go look. Imagine if we go the last card that is nuclear weapon.
yes.
What happened next?
Okay, so to provide you with an answer, I have to assume different circumstances in this case. So, for example, Putin, yeah, as you said, we are in last card. Putin says, okay, last card, nuclear strike. It depends what kind of nuclear strike he will do. Because a lot of people, like maybe almost all the people, think, uh, even people we know, right, think like nuclear strike is, they just imagine a city being blown up, like kaboom. Huge city, like big cities like Paris or London will just go on fire. Like wow, kaboom. This is not the case. I mean, in a nuclear strike, you have different levels of possibilities that you can strike. Like you can, there is not only one type of nuclear weapon you can use. Nuclear weapons have a warhead, like a warhead, like on the top of the rocket, and you can use different rockets to launch it and to bring it to another place. Now, it depends what is in that warhead. It can be how much kilotons of nuclear filling. Um, so it depends if it is a small or a big one, and they are divided in two cases. Like we have two different types of nuclear weapons. We have tactical nuclear weapons, as you know, Mr. Velbra. We've discussed this before, and we have studied this case, right? Um, We have tactical nuclear weapons, which are to strike a military. For example, in the field, we have a field where Ukraine has like 100 tanks and 10,000 people, for example. You strike in that place with a tactical weapon, and that is a huge explosion, of course, and it can kill a lot of people. But it's for the battlefield. It's not for the city. For the cities, for a huge, if you want to make a huge mass, then you have the strategical nuclear weapon. That is a big one. That explodes like that blows up like cities and kills hundreds of thousands of people. So I think, to cut it short, long story short, I think Putin, if he uses a nuclear weapon, he will use first the small ones, like the tactical weapons, trying to block the Ukrainian army. But Biden and America said, and NATO said, that if Putin uses even a small nuclear weapon, he would break a huge taboo, like since the 1945 with the Hiroshima weapon, nuclear weapon. So even a small one would be a big deal, and I'm pretty sure that NATO would respond. Like I don't know, like maybe would strike all the other places where Russia has nuclear weapons. Would bring army in Ukraine. Something. It would be. We would be officially in a World War III. That is for sure.
and will be much more dangerous than World War II because now we have nukes.
Absolutely. We have nukes.
So
We have
nukes.
billions of people, more people than we had in World War II. And yeah, the world is more global. If you do a big thing, it will affect more people. Yeah, we have a lot of things. They
But
could cut
to be honest,
internet and stuff. Yeah, tell me.
I don't see Russians fighting for Putin.
Absolutely, it's only his
It's not
people.
uh, maybe, but because I've seen some random people interview in the streets of Russia, Moscow, and stuff like that. They don't like this.
Yeah, even people who left Russia, like a lot of people, a lot of people have left Russia.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we do hear you. I don't know the guys
They don't.
if they hear you.
They don't like this. Literally, there are some kind of guys that like this. Oh, Russia back great again. We are biggest country, or blah blah blah. There are some old
Yeah,
dudes like that. But mostly what I have seen from random interviews and so, they don't like it. Literally, and to be honest, I wouldn't have, because I'm seeing now that a lot of Russian people are leaving the country, protests, stuff like that. Okay, it's a little bit hypocrite because I mean, when the war started at the beginning, okay, we saw some protests, but not like this. Now that you see the mobilization of the whole like 300k, other k, now everyone is going crazy. So the moment you were just seeing the war in the television and nothing has happened to your house, you were just, oh, okay, okay, okay. Now that someone is wants you to go there, now you are going crazy. It's a little bit hypocrite. It's a little bit double standard for me.
yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely.
yeah. Anyway, I I don't see Russian to fight for Putin. I think he will lose the power. He might do some crazy shit. He might, I don't know, uh,
Mr. Delpra. I think Putin waited the end of this podcast to kill. No, he's back. Mr. Delpra is back.
yeah. Him before I was I had problems with the internet. He might do some crazy shit. He might I don't know, use some nuclear weapon. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, his people will not follow him. At the end of the day, and even I was reading something about Belarus that they are making ready like
who
10k
who the fuck cares for
soldiers.
Belarus? It's like they have only
Relax,
forty
relax, chill.
thousand. They have only forty
Children,
thousand people
children, watch this
army.
podcast. Relax, children, watch this.
I
Do
know,
not
but
use.
it's already after midnight, so the kids have to go
Okay,
and
okay,
sleep. I know it's not the
okay.
kids of our time, but it's like 2022. Kids at this time are doing something inappropriate. But yeah,
I mean,
Belarus, who the
who?
fuck cares for that shit? We don't count it. Okay.
Okay, but no, I was reading some stuff today that Belarus is
Yeah,
getting
because
ready to enter.
Putin asked Lukashenko, told him get in the war now. It's like he's the dog of Putin, you know. He's the pit
Yeah,
bull
but
of Putin.
yeah, I find it a little bit stupid to be honest, because if
Now I think Lukashenko killed Mr. Zelbra. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, Beside the joke, yeah. I mean, me personally, um, I think that Lukashenko is just the dog of Putin, and he fights for his survival too. Like Putin is fighting, is the big one who's fighting for his survival, and we have also his dog fighting for his owner survival and also for his own survival. So they are interlinked with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think he will enter because if he didn't enter in the war at the beginning of the war, why should he enter now that he sees his dude put in disadvantage?
He's just another tool. Like he's the next tool. Next tool is Lukashenko.
So
Just
Belarus will enter in the
to
war.
most probably yes, but they have only 40,000 people in the army, so it's nothing. Maybe it will not affect anything. Putin is mobilizing 1.2 million guys. There are already 200,000 in the war, and the others are coming. Of course, all of them are totally untrained, unprepared, don't know how to do shit. While we know Ukrainian army is being trained in the UK and in Europe, and Belarus is just like I don't know. It's like Barcelona is losing the match against Real Madrid, and Barcelona decides to put some guy from the Barca Academy in the 91st minute of the match, like in the end. No difference at all. So,
Yeah, yeah, I understand, but I don't know, bro. But do you see that? Okay, but bro, can you hear me?
yes, yes, we were waiting for you.
Do you see any intervention from the West if Belarus, another country, enter in the war?
Oh, I mean, Belarus is already official in the war with Ukraine because it has. I mean, when the war started, the Russian army was in Belarus too, and they invaded Ukraine. They invaded Kiev. Sorry, we have to say Kiev because Kiev is in Russian. Kiev is in Ukrainian. They invaded Kiev from Belarus. So and also all the sanctions are not only for Russia but also for Belarus. Belarus is just like it's like I don't know.
Just like nothing.
It's
Just
the
like
leg. It's the leg or the arm of the Russia. It's part of Russia. So it just it's like I don't know. You know Albania and Kosovo, two
yeah.
countries in Balkan. Yeah, Albania and Kosovo are both Albanians, but they're two countries. So Russia and Belarus are two countries, but they're Russians. But Belarus is more advanced as from Russia. Like the people are more pro-Western. They just have this Lukashenko. They just need to get rid of Lukashenko, and then they are all for the West. I remember I've met some Belarus people in the beach like a few years ago, and they told me the same thing. While the Russians, we don't know. I mean, Putin goes, but we are not sure if all the Russians will be pro with the idea of Russia getting closer with the West or something. Like in Russia, you have a lot of people who are fucked up, like they're nationalistic, they're racist, they are far right, and they hate the West as much as Putin hates. I mean, Lukashenko just got the order from Putin: get in the war. You are the next tool, and he has no other choice.
He
I
can
said
just
he is the
say
dog of
no,
Putin.
or it's not, or
He
it's
can
not that impossible. Is it?
he cannot say no because nobody will help him with his survival. Like the West will not. The West can't wait to get rid of Lukashenko and to turn Belarus into a pro-Europe country, pro-European country. So he's left
Yeah,
only with
okay.
one option: Putin. Putin will treat him as a dog, tells him, "Get in the war now, get in the war," and Lukashenko will say, "Yes, sir." So Yeah, and will also suck his dick. So yeah, this is
Yeah, okay. I repeat, children watch this channel.
well, the
Children-
kids have to know the body anatomy. So yeah, sorry.
Respect the kids. Respect the kids. Okay, but by the way, but are Belarus people willing to fight for Russia?
Absolutely not. They don't even. Wow, no, absolutely not. Like in Russia, you have people who love Putin. I think half of Russians still love Putin. But in Belarus, wow, nobody. Belarus, because Belarus is are Russians, of course, but they're very connected with other countries in Central Europe, like with Poland, with Lithuania, with with Hungary. Like they're very connected there. They're not Hungary, sorry, like with Poland, with Baltic countries. So they're very their mentality is more Western than people from Siberia, for example, who go and fight for Putin. So Belarus is a European Russia, like a small European Russia. So nobody wants Lukashenko. Absolutely nobody wants Putin. They just want to. They can't wait to get rid of Lukashenko. You remember the protests like 2 years ago in
Mhm.
Belarus? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lukashenko won some scam elections. He said, "I won 90%." Of course, he won nothing. Uh,
Okay, this is stupid. If you're gonna cheat, please make it 60-40, but not
with some
19.
credibility. Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
said, and he had a real opposition in the election. Svetlana Tsikhanovskaya is this woman. She's a brave woman. You know? And Lukashenko said, "No, I won, 90%. Me, I won." While everybody said, "No, it was not true." Most probably they all voted against him. But it's Lukashenko. Putin will fall. If Putin falls, Lukashenko automatically falls. There are a lot of people who are connected with him. Lukashenko, Kadyrov, uh, the guys from Wagner Group, and some other people. Like all the regime is connected with Putin and will fall down with Putin. Who will come next?
So
Not sure.
so Belarus enter officially in the war. You expect Belarus to enter with
I
soldiers
expect
in the
not
war.
exactly in a day. I don't know a specific day, but yeah, he's just the next tool. He's just the next tool. The only problem with Belarus is that um, before the war started, Belarus and Russia signed a document where Russia is allowed to bring nuclear weapons in Belarus too. It's not a big deal because we have nuclear
Yeah,
weapons too in
yeah,
Europe. Like
but it was very funny the way that you how you mentioned who gives a damn about Belarus.
nobody has to give it that. Like if you read this one thing or two from the war, you understand that Belarus nobody gives an F.
They
Sorry
doesn't change
because they're
nothing.
kids.
They doesn't
Doesn't
change nothing.
it's not a big country. It's way smaller than Ukraine. It's way smaller than Russia. It's not a big. It has a big territory, of course. It's not a very small country by surface, but population, no. It has more forest than people, and it won't make a difference. No, it won't make a big difference.
Okay,
He
for the
said
1,000
Putin
people,
has 40,000 people, or are people, of course, are people, but
there are a lot.
Putin But don't forget that Putin started war with 200,000 people, okay? From them, we have 60,000 who are dead, were killed in the war already. And
Mhm.
Putin understands that he needs at least 1 million to make a small difference. He is committing more than 1 million people. Specialists, guys who understand this thing, geostrategists, like I suggest you guys to read Rob Lee from Twitter. Like in Twitter, just type Rob Lee with double E. He is the best in all this. Uh, they all say like Putin, even with 10 million guys, cannot make a difference because Ukraine can put all the men in the war. Like Ukraine can put all the men. Like how many? There are around 20 million males. Sorry, in Ukraine. They're all willing to fight. They're all willing to fight. They all want. They have a high moral. Russia, how can they have a high moral? You go with a bottle of water in winter to fight in a war that you don't even understand how it started? Absolutely not. And Belarus, let's forget about Belarus, Mr. Dempa, please. It's like, who the fuck? What the fuck is Belarus? It's like, what the? I told you, it is Belarus. It is like in the match, you throw a bottle to the guys who are playing football. You throw a bottle to, you throw a bottle to Messi. Will that change the performance of Messi? No. So
Okay.
no difference at all.
Belarus.
Belarus.
Bel
I think it's good that
Hey,
they entered. It's very good that they entered because it will make it faster the process of falling Lukashenko. Yeah.
okay,
And
I see.
Belarus doesn't have anything. He said 40,000 guys. 40,000 guys in a war
Yeah,
that
but
is including
what
millions of
kind of
people.
what kind? Because I was reading about uh
Belarus.
some stuff that explain what makes it different and change the war, and they say
What did they
can
say?
you hear me right now? Okay,
Yes, we are all
they were saying
remember,
that like
guys. Yeah.
50% that changed the fate of the war. It was your artillery, your weapon. And what kind of weapon does Belarus have?
Rifle, old rifle, like AK-47.
Okay. Okay. They will not make a huge difference
Absolutely.
now. Okay. Okay.
Even in Russia, even in Russia weapons, now there is no weapon in Russia that can make the difference except from nuclear weapons. Nothing else. What? What? Tell me, guys. You can text me here.
The missiles they they used this today or yesterday.
Missiles, but everybody has. Even Ukraine has missiles. I mean, they have missiles against each other, and Ukraine intercepted half of these missiles, of these
Yeah,
rockets.
44 of them.
Everybody has a missile. Even countries like shitty countries like I don't know, Albania or Macedonia, they have missiles. I don't know those guys there. There is a country somewhere there. Everybody has a missile. I mean, missiles. It is a weapon. It's a serious weapon. It can do a serious damage, but uh, still, it's not the one that will make the big difference. The big difference here can be done only from nuclear weapons for Russia, and Ukraine needs, of course, additional weapons, as many as possible. Nobody's going to give
Okay.
Ukraine nuclear weapon, of course, but yeah.
Okay. 1 minute because one friend will join. He is he is from okay, he's the
Okay.
right guy. Hazem. Hazem is half Polish and half Egyptian, and
No, okay.
yeah, he Hazem will join.
He will join now here on the studio.
No, right now, right.
Wow, what a surprise! Nice surprise.
It was a surprise. Yeah. I got a lot of international friends that can join, can say stuff. He wanted to join. He was
Absolutely.
listen. Okay, what does it say? Breaking President Erdogan. President Macron of France recently sent me a message asking me to withdraw Turkish troops from Libya and Azerbaijan. France has a military presence in Djibouti, Ivory Coast, Gabon, Senegal, Mali, Niger, Chad, etc. He cannot lecture Turkey. Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey. We have to be attentive. It's Turkey. It's not Turkey. Turkey is what you eat for New Year. Yeah. Mr. Pepper, I think, is picking up our next guest. Yeah, but yeah, guys, let me have a look. Oh my God, you have texted so much. All this. Thank you, but guys, you have to subscribe. You see in the video, you have to subscribe down. It's like, yeah, I don't need you only to text like, wow, very good show, very good podcast. Wow, guys, you're amazing. Then Prime, elegant. Like, no, I mean, we need your subscription too. It doesn't cost you anything. Are you enjoying this? Then subscribe. God damn it. Um, Beside the jokes, see what you have commented here. Slava Ukraina, yeah, of course, Slava Ukraina.